talk about a little bit about the Windows Live platform and how you see search fitting into that. I know today people kind of go online and they start at search, or they start at a portal and they say, it's search, it's all about search and Web 2.0. How do you see that fitting in?
Well, search is certainly important, and I won't underplay the amount of importance it has. A lot of people don't start with search. I don't. I'm on the web, and I'm kind of a communicative guy, and I'm talking with my friends. And so mine usually starts with an IM session or with mail, and then maybe I'll search on something, or I have the pages that I actually go to with regularity, so I'll return to those because they're personalized, and I've used live.com to personalize my page. And so I get the information that I want there, or go up to the blogosphere. And search is, 5% of traffic on the internet today, or page views? It's only 5%. And then there's a bunch of other things that I do around. So I think from a live perspective, it's one component of an overall platform that says, I get the interests that I care about, I get the information that I care about, I communicate with the people that I care about, and it's all highly personal. And for me, search is a component of that. It's not everything. I think we lose shape. And I know you're the search guy, so I don't want to downplay what you're doing. I think it's super, super important. But it's one piece of an entire web experience.
And so when we talk about web experiences and we think of developers connecting to the cloud and building third-party applications, and sort of where Microsoft has really done well in the past, Windows and Windows API.
Yeah.
How do you see that working for developers and them connecting to the cloud?
Well, one of the intentions we have with the Windows Live platform, in fact, I think there'll be some discussion about this at Mix 07, is making those cloud resources available to folks. In fact, I'll give you an example. We have a contact store we call Windows Live Contacts. It is the largest contact oracle on the planet. What we want to do and what we plan to do is actually make that contact store available to third parties so they can create applications that allow them to get into that connective tissue. That contact store not only has the contacts mapped, it also has, for folks, the 250 million people that have Messenger accounts, it actually has the relationships between those folks mapped. They could do incredibly powerful things to connect me to the people I care most about. Who else has a platform like that? Nobody. And that's a platform that sits up in the cloud as a service that third parties will get to use. Same thing with storage, same thing with authentication, same thing with payments. I mean, you can stretch on and into all the services that somebody would say, boy, I don't think I could build that asset myself. How about I build on top of the services asset that Microsoft has built? Right. And that's where the Live platform is going, and what you'll start to see emerge in this mix.
Right, and so something you just mentioned there was really the combination of software and services. So client software, where we're not just thinking of web only.
Right.
Talk a little bit more about that. Like, why is Microsoft better positioned there in terms of having a software and services, but also having not just a web only based head?
Well, Microsoft's it's a good question. Microsoft's heritage is developing desktop software, which we are quite good at, and we also do server software, which we're also quite good at. And both of those things are part of our heritage. We have products that have amazing reach. Customers love them, but there's a lot of things they want to do with that software that's not just attached or tethered to a desktop, right? And if you think about where we've taken some of our mobile capabilities with Windows Live Mobile, with Windows Mobile, and some of the devices we've got in the marketplace now, I want to be able to get access to some of the things that I've created with desktop software anywhere in the world, anytime, any place, any device. And a services-based strategy is the only way that you can actually do it. That's a combination of being able to use powerful desktop applications, be able to have access to the data I've created with them, and be able to share that data with other people. And that all requires a services-centric view. But it doesn't say that the history, the legacy that we've got of creating desktop software is any less important. It just means that we've made it more powerful by introducing services as part of the strategy.
Right, and that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
And so Mix 07, and we're talking about platform and developers, people in the blogosphere, taking a pulse would say, where's Ray Ozzie? And how does Ray Ozzie fit into this whole software as a service and developers? And we know he's speaking at Mix 07.
Yeah, well, Ray has been super important. In fact, I think probably the focal point from an executive perspective in the company, sort of carrying the flag and being at the vanguard of the services revolution or evolution in the company. And Ray has a team that's been developing software that works on the client and in the services cloud, working very, very closely with my team to produce an overall ecosystem of services and client software. And I think Ray, will probably have some pretty interesting things to say at Mix 07. And I know that we've got some things that we'll show the public that I think will get them pretty excited about what the future holds.
And so are you working very closely with Ray Ozzie in terms of developing this vision and working on the implementation for the Windows Live platform?
Yeah, absolutely. Ray has a team called the Windows Live Core Team. Okay. And what they've been working on, peer-to-peer and distributed architectures that allow us to share files between computers and kind of go beyond saying, boy, there's a storage facility up in the cloud. There's sync with a store up in the cloud. It's actually syncing between others and things of that nature, which, kind of in a folder share kind of way, things that we've done in the past.
That's new, right? Peer-to-peer. So Microsoft embracing peer-to-peer.
Well, it is new. I mean, we've been doing peer-to-peer. If you think about Messenger as an example, Messenger is a I don't know, the ultimate powerful peer-to-peer application that's used by hundreds of millions of people today, where I can transfer files between individuals and never touch a server infrastructure. And that's the stuff that we've built up in our cloud-based services. Right. So Ray's team is actively involved in that. Lots of collaboration between the teams. Ray has had a very powerful effect on the company's perception of services and the importance of services, the weight of them on our strategy going forward. And his team has helped, I think, kind of galvanize the company behind it. So it's been a really interesting time in the company to have a guy as influential as Ray come in and change, I think, the way of a company's been thinking about services and Windows and the things that we can do together to make them even more powerful.